Hello, guys. So I want to talk about the materialistic problem in Nigeria. Now, I always talk about the materialism problem in Nigeria so much that some people feel, I talk about it too much. But the reason I'll continue to talk about it is because it is consequential. Okay? It is not just a topic that we are discussing, we're trying to rub minds, we are trying to just do an academic debate on. No, it is a consequential issue that has brought Nigeria literally to its knees. Not just the church in Nigeria, it is bad enough for the church in Nigeria, but the problem of the materialism mindset in Nigeria has spilled over to the larger society and has become so detrimental to Nigeria as a society. Every chaos that we are suffering today in Nigeria emanated from this materialistic mindset. And key to the spreading of the materialism mindset is the preaching from the materialistic prosperity gospel. It's the biggest factor that has led Nigerians, especially this generation of Nigerians, to be so materialistic to their own detriment. And it is sad to watch. The average Nigerian right now is very weak spiritually, very weak mentally, and even now very weak physically. We are hearing a story today of what's happening in Kenya and how the youths have taken their destiny into their hands. But what are Nigerian youths doing? They are on TikTok doing dance videos. Not just the youths. You'll be shocked if you go to places like TikToks and you see older people, elderly people in their 50s, 60s doing dance videos on TikTok. The people have become so weak spiritually because when you allow the materialistic message to become your core value, then you're going to end up a weak man. That's why the average Nigerian rich man, even rich men, politicians that are worth 1 billion, you can still bribe them with 5 million naira. You can still threaten their lives by denying their child a position in government. They can't say no to anything. They are so weak. And these are men that just finished 21-day fast in January this year. They are in church every Sunday. They are in church every Wednesday. But they are so weak, they cannot say no. Why? Because they have imbibed a terrible materialistic ideology. Their value system is broken. This generation of Nigerians, the value system is broken, destroyed. I was observing something the other day. I watched a video by a very dark man during this Benue crisis, and he was talking about the crisis and everything that happened. And I read through the comment section and I was shocked. I was shocked because I noticed that from the comments, it seems like a lot of Nigerians were not even aware that these massacres, these killings have been going on for quite a while, for a long time, for years, more than 10 years. It's been going on. And it was as if a lot of Nigerians were not even aware because the way they were expressing concern, when did this thing start? Why is this like? I was like, where have you guys been? Have you been living in a cave? In the last 10 years, tens of thousands have been killed. So why are the average Nigerians not aware? Why are the youths of Nigerians not aware? Because a lot of them are all over the place having fun. They're on TikTok doing dance videos. They are in the pub watching football. They have become so callous that today in Nigeria you hear that 60 people were killed yesterday in Nasarawa, and you just hear people say, that's bad. Where is the government? What is the government doing? And after that, what? They just go and watch Arsenal and Chelsea play. They have forgotten about it in the next 10 minutes. That's how callous we have become. And that is why the average Nigerian today cannot stand up against the government. This is the same Nigeria where we stood up against military government. Against military government. Some people say, because the civilians are so wicked. How wicked are they? The military government was 10 times more brutal and more powerful. So it's not a problem of whether they are so powerful. No. It's the problem of the fact that the average Nigerian has become so weak spiritually and weak mentally. They cannot stand for something anymore. Somebody was talking about the other day about who a Yahoo boy bought a generator for him. And he could not talk. He even made him a leader in church. They cannot say no. The people of this generation in Nigeria, they cannot say no to anything. And that's why things are not going to change until this changes first. That is why some of us are relentless in our speaking against the materialism message, against the materialism ideology, because nothing is really going to change until that ideology is taken down, because the people are not going to be able to stand because they are too weak spiritually. Like I was saying about the Herdsmen massacre, and one of the things that aches me about it is when I hear people saying farmers and herders clashes. What do you mean farmers and herders clashes? Where are farmers and herders clashing? I was so glad when I heard the third thief. Was it the third thief that said the other day? I was talking to the president and the other people and said, there's no such thing as herders farmers clash. That this is a massacre. This is a genocide of people. And I'm surprised that news houses are the worst. They are the ones always using that terminology. Herders and farmers are clashing. The herders are going around with weapons and killing women and children in their sleep, committing genocide and taking over people's lands, and you are saying herders farmers clash. But even the elderly people that have lived in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they are seriously shaking. No conviction. Look at how people are going around, politicians are going around, bowing down to governors, bowing down to even chairman of local governments, bowing down to the president and lying down. They say it's respect. It's no respect. You guys are chickens. No conviction. It's different from respect. There is respect of persons. But this one is not respect. This is just cowardice. And it only comes from one reason, and one reason alone. Because the people have become too weak spiritually and too weak mentally because of their materialistic ideology. Only 1 million naira will make them people shake. Not to talk of 20 million or not to talk of 100 million naira. They will just be shaking. So this materialistic ideology has to come down. If there's going to be any change, it has to come down. You have to defeat it. And it's so sad to see. I'm going to be talking about this in subsequent videos, and I'll bring out specifics, what the Bible says about it, so that we can begin to dig it out, because it has become a cankerworm to our society. So please like, share, and participate with our videos as I'm going to talk more on this topic. God bless you.